What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Mikey's Action Figures channel. Today we're taking a look at the Amazon exclusive Gorr the God Butcher. We're gonna check him out, see what this guy is all about. Let's get it, you guys.
All right, Tommy, you're the oldest. I'm counting on you. Come on.
She's got eyes of the bluest skies, as if they thought of rain.
Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Yes, we're talking about Gorr the God Butcher, but we're not talking about the Thor Love and Thunder Gorr the God Butcher, not the Christian Bale version. We're talking about the comic book version right here. Very similar to the MCU, Gorr the God Butcher trusted, had faith in the gods, and they let him down. Due to starvation, his family died. Thereon, he was gonna kill all of the gods one by one throughout the galaxy in the Marvel universe. So obviously, this character is a villain from the Thor comics, a very dope storyline based character. The MCU, I feel like, just didn't do it justice. But this is the figure. He looks dope, man. I think that the reason why I wanted to get this Amazon exclusive was I like the way it looks. I feel like even though they did a reuse of the body and some parts, I feel like this figure is going to be a big want on a lot of people's list, especially if you're a Thor fan. So we're going to check out the box first for all you box collectors. Okay, so taking a look at the box, the side of the packaging, you get a nice menacing image of Gorr the God Butcher there. On the back of the box, you get an image of Gorr the God Butcher, some of his accessories, what looks like a head and a hand that they put on there, and a couple other things. On the other side of the packaging, you do get a nice little image of the figure with his hood on. I really don't like the hooded figures. I'm pretty sure it's glued on, so that's gonna upset me, but we'll get into that too. I don't know if you guys are gonna need the barcode, especially because it's an Amazon exclusive. You probably won't use this barcode at all, but I'll just put it on there just for you guys to have. So that's it for the box. Nothing crazy, super simple. We're gonna go ahead and crack this bad boy open and check out the figure. So here he is, out of the packaging, our Gorr the God Butcher, looking super nice. I did put some ruins of gods in the background. You can see the Hercules hammer. I was messing with this figure and I really like it a lot. I think it's a nice figure. I appreciate that we're getting a Gorr the God Butcher finally in action figure form. I did notice some parts are reused. I want to say the upper chest part is not a reuse. I think it's a new mold. A lot of parts to this figure remind me of the Kraven that we have, and then I think they've done it with the Punisher too. But I will pull out the Kraven just to show you guys the similarities of that figure in this one, so we can see that they are kind of matching, except for that upper chest piece and the feet. Now with every figure, you're gonna get my likes and my dislikes. I will say though that I do like a lot more about this figure than dislike it, but there is dislikes and I'll point them out. So obviously, one of the things I always dislike is when they sculpt in those hoods on the figures. I always feel like they should be at least removable, allowing you to, make a custom cape or buy a custom cape so that you can make this a better figure overall, since Hasbro decides not to do soft goods for some reason, except for like that lab coat, which is really nice. But I wish they would do it like the soft goods a lot more than they do now. And also to point out, I feel like the hood and the cape are very tough plastic. It's not like a soft plastic like we normally see with the capes nowadays. And so it's a little weird that they went the choice with like a harder plastic. It's kind of funny too because the weapon plastic is really bendy than the hood and the cape, which I thought was funny because you would think you want to put the harder kind of plastic on the weapons so they don't get warped or bend and all that weird stuff. But I'll talk about it a lot more as we get into the video. But first, I'm going to get into the accessories. So let me go ahead and show you guys the accessories that this figure comes with. So you guys already know, I'm going to start off with the head sculpt for accessories. I have to. I feel like this head sculpt is the best part about this figure. I feel like if it did not come with it, this figure would definitely be a disappointment. It just makes the figure, man, it makes it a way better action figure. And I really like when villains have head sculpts like this. I feel like this is how you have to make a lot of villains, like with that grin, looking so menacing, so evil. And if I'm being honest, I feel like if Hasbro did not include this head sculpt with this figure, I probably would have been more disappointed with the figure. I also probably would not have bought it, so I appreciate that, Hasbro. So getting into his next accessory, we're gonna pull out his extra hand. Honestly, I just feel like this hand is so worthless. I don't know why they gave it to us. I feel like it's supposed to hold the sword or maybe a Thor hammer. I'm not too sure, but I feel like they could have gave us better hands with this. I would have appreciated fisted hands, especially if you have him fighting Thor. It would have been cool. But I just feel like I don't know why we have like a sword holding hand when this guy comes with a built-in sword in his one of the hands already. So I don't know what this is for. Maybe you could have Gorr the God Butcher shooting a gun at Thor. I don't know. But let me go ahead and show you guys the built-in sword, the built-in necro sword on that other hand. Okay, so here is the built-in necro sword to the hand. So you can see it has a peg in the hand so that you can just pop it on. So it is built in. So I'm not too sure why they gave us this hand. Maybe it's the whole Thor's hammer. So that's the built-in necro sword. Let me go ahead and zoom on it so you guys can see. But yeah, that's the sword built in. But like I said, Very, very flimsy plastic. I thought I'd show you guys the other head, like a close-up of the other head sculpt so you can see what it looks like. And yeah, like I said, this, I'm telling you right now, dude, this plastic right here is very tough. The Necro Sword is so easy to bend compared to all these other accessories. It's a little weird that they would give the Necro Sword that cheap, flexible plastic. I'm telling you guys, this plastic is really hard.
That's what she said.
So let's get into the rest of the figure and we'll check him out, see what he's all about. Okay, guys, so I switched some parts. I went ahead and switched the head sculpt and the hands, and now we're looking at just like a regular plain, unhooded, uncaped Gorr the God Butcher. So let's check out the figure. Now, if I pop up the head sculpt, I will say it has a different neck peg than Kraven, because this one has like a T-ball joint, whereas like I think the Kraven has like a regular ball joint with a hinge there. So I will show you the articulation in the head sculpt. So you do get a lot of head tilt there. His front and then his back movement are not bad. I will say that upper chest though is what looks very different compared to the Kraven. Let me actually grab that Kraven to show you guys. So I got the Kraven, bam, and you will see that Kraven is pretty much the same body as this Gorr the God Butcher, except for, like I said, that upper chest piece is different. So let me actually zoom in just to show you guys how they look. But yeah, so the arms are the same, except for like Kraven has this wrapping that looks a little different, and then the legs are almost exactly the same as well, except for the feet. So if you see, he has more of a flat chest, and then he has a different neck peg, whereas Kraven has more of a bulkier chest. But even like the abs look almost identical. But I appreciate that they gave us like a new upper chest just to make it look more kind of like Gorr the God Butcher. But yeah, it's the same body that we've seen before. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some size comparisons with him next to a couple figures. All right, so getting into some size comparisons, I'll go ahead and put him next to Kraven. So you can see that he does tower over. I think because of that upper chest, he does tower over Kraven a little bit, and his big giant head. Next up, we'll put him next to Thor. Our Thor here that I still need to get a custom cape on. I haven't done it. I've been lagging. But we have our Thor next to him, and they scale pretty well. I think Thor towers over him a little bit, so that's not bad. And then I will put him next to the Mikester right there. So that's me next to Gorr the God Butcher, and those are our size comparisons. And next up on the list, the movie clips. Let's go. Alright, you guys, there you have it. That's it for this Amazon exclusive Gorr the God Butcher figure review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on this Gorr the God Butcher. Thank you again. Have a good one, you guys. Let's get it.
I told you fools this is gonna be a good video.